Hi everyone, welcome back to Gold Coin. I'm Kathy Burgos and I developed Gold Coin. And today I want to talk about Beautiful You. And the reason why I named it Beautiful You is because I know that everybody wants to be their kind of beautiful. And everybody probably has a different definition. And what does that really mean? And you might even be wondering, well, what does this really have to do with weight loss? And, some people may go to the extreme with it. Some people may think like, hey, it doesn't really matter how I look on the outside. Well, let me tell you, when I'm talking about beauty, this is what I'm talking about. When you are at your happiest, that's when you're your most beautiful self. And I find that true for myself and probably everybody that I know. And it doesn't have to do, it does, a lot of times we look on the outside, but this kind of beauty that I'm talking about really comes from the inside. But you can do things on the outside to help, that what you need to get on the inside, if that makes sense to you. So happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. And so when you do that, you are happy and beauty just radiates from you. And it doesn't matter so much how you look, what color your hair is, if you wear makeup or you don't wear makeup, what kind of clothes you're wearing. You can just tell a person that's happy. I mean, I was eating chicken earlier. That's some of my teeth. Sorry, I'm kind of a goofball sometimes. But the thing is that I love when my husband cooks chicken for me. I can make let me just real quick. I can make the same exact chicken with the same exact ingredients, and it doesn't taste good like when he makes it. It tastes good, but when he makes it, it's fabulous. Anyways, back to happiness. That's happiness for me too, right? So happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do in harmony. And you're like, okay, Kathy, are we talking about weight loss here? Yes, we are. So I used to think that if I was a smaller size, and I always mention this, and if you listen to my videos, you know that when I first started my weight loss journey, that all I wanted to do was walk into any store and pick out any outfit and wear whatever I wanted to. That was my goal. It wasn't really like, oh, I just want to be healthy and I want to live a long time. No, I wanted to wear whatever outfit I wanted. That's how it started. And that's okay if that's where you're at, or maybe you have a different goal. But I thought that's what was going to make me happy because I wasn't happy. I was miserable in everything that I did, and I tried to hide it. I tried to mask it, but I wasn't happy. I try to blame individuals. I would blame my husband. Oh, you didn't do this right, or you did this. I'd blame, or I'd feel sorry for myself sometimes. I would blame, my job, or somebody did this, but no. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. So if you're thinking, I want to lose weight, or you say, hey, I want to lose weight. I want to take care of myself. I really want to, but you have some reasons why you can't. So it can make you a little dissatisfied with yourself, with your life, and the way things are going. Now we're talking about weight loss. Gold Coin is developed by me. I always tell everybody my story really quick. I did lose, I almost said 300 pounds. I lost 200 pounds. And I'm, yes, of course, I am happy. That does make me happy. But I knew that I also had to be happy on the inside, not just on what I saw on the outside after losing that much weight. And so whatever I was thinking, whatever I was saying, it had to be in harmony. And so developing Gold Coin, it's like your heart, mind, and body are in harmony. When those three things are in harmony is when you will experience happiness in a true form. And it's really a form of maturity. Who would think that being mature would bring happiness? But it does. It really does. And it has nothing to do with age. it doesn't. It's really a mindset of maturity and self-care and self-love for yourself, inside and out, your well-being and your physical body. So that's really how Gold Coin was developed. And I had weight loss surgery. I lost 100 pounds, and I started regaining weight. And that's when I realized it wasn't a physical thing, because the surgery wasn't enough for me to keep the weight off. I had to deal with the heart and the mind. I had to deal with what I thought and what I said, and where it was coming from, because there wasn't that harmony, So once I developed that, okay, I was be able to experience that happiness regardless of what was going on around me, because, things happen in our lives. Things go crazy. We lose loved ones, relationships start and end. Finances come, sometimes they don't. There's a lot of variables out there. And when your health is suffering, it just makes it worse. It just keeps building up. So what do you do about it? So Gold Coin, I have weight loss plans. I have nutrition, which is, meals and meal plans and stuff like that, that kind of support. I have nutrition and movement, which is meal plans and exercise. And I have, connecting. There's a lot of things. We have a private group that you're part of. So you're, interacting with other people as much as you want to. You don't, with other people who are on the same weight loss journey. It's a good camaraderie. It's nice to know there's other people, really putting themselves first. And one of the things that being beautiful, that I know it really comes from the inside, because it's you don't really have to have a reason to smile anymore, because that you're putting all of that effort in. Now, there's some things that sometimes will hinder people, or there'll be reasons why people cannot seem to do what they want to do. They can be like, man, I really want to lose weight, but I have these obstacles, and some of them, the ones that I always had were, and I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to give you some solutions here today to help you. So one of the main ones was before I started my health journey, and for 15 plus years, I walked around with 200 pounds extra on my body. I'm 5'3", so I'm not very tall, and I struggled. It was very difficult for me to do a lot of things, and I pushed through. But I knew inside there was something better for me, and I knew that I was the only one who could do it. I have strength from God. We have that strength, but I knew that I had to put action to my faith. I knew I had to put my money where my mouth was, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because we can be like, oh yeah, self-care, and I love myself, and I have faith, and I'm strong in this and that. But do you really, really do what you say? And that, being honest with yourself is, for anybody, it's like, wow, it's an eye-opener, because you have to really face reality and say, well, you know what, maybe I don't. But like I said, I have some solutions and some tips for you. So one of the things that I used to say was, I don't have the money to be healthy, because everybody knows that it's much easier if you're on a budget to eat at McDonald's and faster than it is to go and buy some healthy food. It's expensive. And, to get a gym membership, to buy the gym clothes, to get the equipment, however, it's just expensive, and it's hard. And if you're on a budget and, or you have, you already have your, in our household, we have a budget every month. We already have everything that's going out, everything that's coming in, and, you already have stuff allocated. A lot of people have families, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. Sometimes people have, they take care of their loved ones. There's a lot of different things. They have mortgages on their homes, car payments. And then even now in 2021, this is January, with COVID hitting, a lot of people have lost businesses, have lost their livelihood, have lost opportunities to make finances. I mean, it can be stressful. And, I could say, I don't have the money to hire a coach to help me. I desperately need the help and I want somebody to support me, but I don't have the money. My husband's not working, I'm only working part-time, whatever it could be, or you're on a fixed income. There's so many things that happen. We just like ran over something the other day, a screw or something, not a person. And, we had to go get that fixed. And, things come up, And so I have some tips for you that I've used personally myself because, I decided that was one of my excuses, that I didn't have the money. So when I started out and I hired a coach because I knew I needed the support, I had to be honest with myself, even though, because a lot of people will be like, well, I had weight loss surgery, so I'm good. When you start regaining that weight, and then maybe you go on Instagram and you look for support and everybody's like, yeah, girl, I gained that weight too. And oh my God, and how do I get it off? And, maybe you should go get a revision. And, and some people may need to do that, but, you can do it. And sometimes you do need help. I needed help. And that's why I decided to develop Gold Coin and live by these principles and all of this. And the reason why is because I would have loved to have somebody like me. Sometimes we need encouragement. Sometimes we need ideas. Sometimes we need somebody to say, hey, I understand. I understand what it's like to be overweight. I understand what it's like to feel shame, to feel hurt, to feel rejected, to feel upset, and feel like there's no solution. Even, if you didn't have surgery and you're trying to just do it, and it's hard to and then you have to pick your heart. What heart do you want to live with? You want to live with, being fat is hard too, And sometimes you just need to hear a different perspective, and it'll open your mind and your heart up to trying something new. And that's what I want to talk about, that happiness that makes you beautiful and radiate. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants that type of beauty. It doesn't come, like I said, from the outward, Yeah, my husband always tells me, age gracefully, Kat, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to age gracefully. I want to use everything that's out there to help me, because I feel like I missed out on so much of my life because my weight, I allowed it to hold me back. Not sometimes go places. Sometimes I would, shrink back and, be embarrassed, and different things that I didn't give it my all the time, because I was embarrassed of my size. Sometimes I didn't fit at a table, or, I've even sat in a chair at a barbecue and broke the chair. I think that happened to me twice. It's like, next time I got invited, I'm like, maybe not. What if I break the chair in front of everybody? What if I, it's just, those kind of things happen. And, embarrassing moments, or, not being, wanting to wear a swimming suit and, jump in the pool with everybody. I live in Southern California and, go to the beach and, just being like, there I am wearing all black. I mean, like, that's really hiding my weight, right? I mean, I used to carry around big old purses, and like every time I took a picture, like I put the purse in front of me. One time, this is so funny now I think about it, I had this little badge for this organization I was in. I mean, the badge wasn't like, much bigger than your phone, right? Or it's probably smaller. And I remember putting the badge like strategically right over my stomach. Like it's hiding my stomach, right? When I would take pictures, or I would find anybody to stand behind, or I wouldn't even get in the picture. I have limited amount of pictures from before because I was like, oh no, I'll take the picture. I'll take the picture. I didn't want to be in the picture. I didn't want that memory, of seeing myself. So anyway, so we're talking about happiness. So let me tell you, finances are a big, big deal. So this is what I do. I do now during COVID, I don't go to the gym, but I did find a good deal. If you do opt to go to the gym, or you can, or they're open, I had AAA, and you can get a membership for $25. LA Fitness, a lot of them take it. You do pay, like I had to pay $75 down. So that was like a deposit. So you're basically paying for 2 months and then $25 fee. And then after that, it was $25 a month, which I found was really good. because so I did that before COVID. I found that deal for a gym, or even Planet Fitness. I think, man, I think they're pretty inexpensive as well. So you know, if you really have your heart set on that, and you're like, well, I can't afford to go to the gym, you know, you can do it, or you can work out at home. So a lot of people are really in. So let me see. I have some dumbbells here that I got pre-COVID at TJ Maxx. I think I paid like $9.99 for 2 of them. I have this mat that I use, and I also have these from Big Five. These were a little bit more. And then I also am going to start working out with a bar and some plates, so that I don't have like all these dumbbells all over my house, so that I can just add weight by putting the weighted plates on the bar. And I think you can get that at Big Five. You can tell I go to Big Five, but I'm going to look on Amazon. You can get the 3 bars, the curvy one, the long one, and then the 2 dumbbell ones, I think for $75. But I'm going to look and see if I can get it for less. And then you can buy the plates, like 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can keep increasing your weights, you know. And then, so that's a way you can save as well. And then clothes. Clothes is huge. Now, me before, you know, I always wore leggings and stuff like that, but I'm finding in the fitness world, or girls who like to work out, or, you know, women who love to work out, and they're really into the gear. Now, I personally, I love clothes and accessories. I really, really do, and shoes. But I prefer, myself, this is just a personal thing, I prefer to spend the money that I have for budgeted away for clothes on the clothes I can wear when I'm not working out. Call me crazy, but that's just me. But I notice that for some people, it's a big motivator, and there's so many fitness clothing stores and gear, cute colors and designs, and you can get the matching, you know, top and bottom and boo, and you can get the shoes and the headband. And if that rocks your boat, and you just like think that is the coolest thing ever, then, you know, you're probably going to spend a lot of money. I know you thought I was going to give you tips, right? But you can get discount, you know, codes too, and you can use Amazon. And then sometimes when you become members of the website or whatever, you'll get sales and stuff like that. So you'll have to hit and miss on that. But I'll tell you what I do. So I have these workout pants that, oh, I love them to death. You don't dry them, and they even have like a little pocket. I think I paid maybe $12 at Costco, and I've literally had them probably 2 years. So I bought like maybe 4 pair, and I alternate. And, you know, as long as you don't, you know, just lay them out to dry, and they're amazing. You know, and then I got these shorts from Walmart that I wear. Oops. And I think these might have been like $3.99. So I wear these shorts. And then I like sports bras that actually zip in the front. There's nothing worse for me than, you know, being all sweaty from working out and trying to strangle myself trying to get that sports bra off after a good workout. So I like the zip kind in front, and they can be very expensive, especially if you need support like I do. I really need the support on top. So I think I paid about $22 for these at Big Five. You can tell I go to Big Five, right? So my workout gear is not going to impress you. I'm more concerned about form and consistency. So, you know, and then buying stuff that I can wear when I'm not working out. But that's just me. So, but if you're really into that, you know, you can do that as well. Food. I live in Southern California, so there's a market called Winco. There's Food for Less. Those are the less expensive markets. They have stuff like in bulk, and they have, you know, different stuff like that. Now, if you want to go to the more expensive markets that have a lot of organic, and those markets have organic as well, you just have to look, and you just have to spend the time if you don't have the finances to always go to a more expensive market. And from what I've heard from some of my members of Gold Coin, they do go to Trader Joe's, and they have really good sales. And so if you want to do it, you can find a way, is what I'm trying to say. you know. And then financially, like, I still have my strength training coach, and I used to get fake nails before, and I started doing them myself. That's one way that I save money so that I can invest in myself with a coach. There's certain purchases that I curtailed. There's certain things that I kind of like put to the side a little bit. I don't really need that. You know, if you're like in a hardship and you're like, man, financially you can't keep your lights on, that's different. You know, I'm not saying, curtail that, but I'm saying, like, if you really think about it and you really dig deep in and see, I think you could probably spare $2 a day, $1 a day, $3 a day for a month to get a coach that's going to help you, support you. That's priceless. So when you have things, when you're saying finances, where there's a will, there's a way. Think about the little things that you get and have that, it'll make such a difference in your life. I love the way beautiful nails look on my hands, but I love more the knowledge and the support that I've gained, And you could get the press-on ones if you really wanted them. So those are just some of the tips that I have if it's money that you're like, you know what, I can't, it's just too hard on me. Save up. Start saving your change in a bottle. I do whatever I have to do. I don't ever want to go back to having to worry about not being able to breathe, not being able to walk up my stairs, not being able to just even the well-being, the mental anxiety that I would go through with my weight, that happiness that always eluded me because what I was thinking and what I was saying and what I was doing was not in complete harmony. And that's a gold coin state of mind. And it brings out a beauty in somebody that it's untouchable, by circumstances and things that go on around you. Yes, we have things that happen. You have to know that going in, though. Yeah, adversity is going to be there, but what are you going to do? Are you going to fold? Aren't you tired of folding? Stand up for yourself and live. Pick your head up. And do for you. Do what you know that you need to do. Stop making excuses. That's what I did. I just made excuses. I was cheating on me for so long. And another thing, another big excuse, I don't have a lot of time left because I like to keep it under 30 minutes, is actually, not having the time. Being too busy, And it really was something that I had to really evaluate my life and decide where could I fit in this time for me. Am I on social media a lot? I do that on the side. That's one of my jobs that I legitimately work as a social media coordinator, for a boutique, in California. But personally, watching movies or, just zoning out. I know a lot of us have families and we have responsibility and we take care of people and we do things, but we have to carve out that time for us. I also used to have like a horrendous commute. I used to drive an hour and a half back and forth to work. And I would get up in the morning and go to the gym. This is pre-COVID. Work out for an hour, come home, get ready, drive to work. So my day would start at 5 in the morning and I sometimes wouldn't get home till 7:30 at night. And I know some of you can relate. You're busy, and it's like, when are you going to take that time for you? Days turn into weeks and weeks turn into months and months turn into years. 15 years passed me by and I was still hoping, wishing, and wanting another life. For me, I wanted that well-being. I wanted that health. I needed to have that change happen, that awakening to happen in my life. But I was the one that was standing between me and that happiness. That I was the one. It was me. There wasn't anybody else. And I tried to blame everybody else. After a while, I ran out of people to blame. And I had to look in the mirror. And that's what you have to do. You have to say, you know what, I'm not going to let finances stop me. I'm not going to let having not enough time stop me. I am going to create the life that I want. And it starts with me. It starts, and that's why I understand when people say, well, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money. But they want it though. They want what they think, what they say, and what they do to be in harmony. And because that's where happiness lies, and it makes you beautiful. You are the beautiful you when you're happy. Like I said, you might have thought, oh, she's going to talk about, makeup and hair. And, that's a whole different subject. We could go on forever about that. But that happiness is like when you wake up in the morning and you don't have all that stuff going on, and you're happy because you have a purpose. And that purpose is to think and say and do. It's in harmony. Your heart, mind, and body are working in harmony. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes it's like, oh man, when we lost my father-in-law, and man, do you think I wanted to go work out the next day? Do you think I wanted to? I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to go comfort my husband. Life was never the same. But the one thing that I did have was I had a purpose, and I worked out and I ate right still. And I wasn't perfect all the time, but it helped me to get through that grief. And even now it helps me when I grieve, because I have something that I'm still doing for me that makes me happy. And it doesn't take away from my family. It doesn't take away from my responsibilities. It actually gives me more strength and more quality. Some of you are in college. Some of you, my husband's getting his master's degree right now. Some of you are aspiring for your degrees. You say, oh man, I'm studying, I'm going to school, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, if you want more energy and you want the strength to continue it and the quality of it, you got to move your body. It's going to help you. You think it's like, oh, I don't have time to, but you don't have time not to. And that's real talk. And you might think, well, I don't have the money to invest in a coach. Well, you need to invest in yourself. You're shortchanging yourself every time you procrastinate on it. I know I did. I watched my coach for a couple months before I hired her, because I was making excuses though. I knew she was the real deal. Just like I'm the real deal. I really do what I say. I practice my wellness projects. I work out. I eat nutritious foods. That's my love letter to me. I write a love letter to myself every day when I choose what I'm going to eat, how I'm going to move, what I'm going to do. You might sound like, who is this person? Like, are you for real? Yes, I'm for real. Look at my before and after pictures. I'm the real deal. It doesn't get any realer than this. I've said every excuse. I've made every mistake. I failed 100 times over on every diet that you can imagine. And one day I just said, you know what? I'm tired of killing myself. I'm going to beat obesity. I'm going to beat it. And I am going to be happy, and I am going to be beautiful the way I've always wanted to. And now I'm going to help other people, because that's what I want my life to be. It brings me great happiness. And I don't want to get emotional. No, just kidding. But it's real. It's real. And as women, we go through so much. We try to look good. We try to do this. We try to do that. You know what? You got to be happy with you first. And then other things will fall into place. And then you'll realize maybe there's some people you need to cut out. Maybe there's some things that you need to get rid of, that aren't serving a purpose for you, But goldcoin145.com. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, goldcoin145. And on the web, goldcoin145.com. Sign up. Your life will be forever changed. And I will be so happy for you, and I will be there to support you. Until next time, be the most beautiful you. And don't cheat on you. Talk to you soon. Bye.